Ever notice how some people never call or text you first? It's always you making the effort, always you initiating while they sit back and barely acknowledge it. Feels frustrating, right? But here's the hard truth. People make time for what they truly value. And if someone isn't reaching out to you, it's not because they're too busy, it's because you're not a priority. The question is, how do you respond? Do you keep chasing, hoping they'll change? Or do you take a step back and reclaim your power? The Stoics had a profound way of handling situations like this, one that builds self-respect, emotional control, and true confidence. And once you understand it, you'll never feel the need to chase anyone again. Section 1. Why does this happen? Before we jump into what you should do, let's understand why this happens in the first place. If you've ever found yourself constantly reaching out to someone who rarely, if ever, does the same for you, it's easy to wonder, why? Is it something I did? Am I not important to them? But the truth is often much simpler and far more revealing. 1. People prioritize what matters to them. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value." If someone genuinely values you, they will make an effort. It's that simple. We all make time for what's important to us, whether it's work, hobbies, or people. Have you ever noticed how someone who claims to be too busy to respond to your messages somehow has time to scroll through social media, binge watch shows, or chat with others? The reality is, being busy is often just an excuse. If they truly cared, you wouldn't be left wondering about your place in their life. Their actions, or lack of them, are telling you exactly where you stand. Number 2. Some people only take relationships, whether friendships, family bonds, or romantic connections, are meant to be mutual. But not everyone plays by those rules. Some people only take. They enjoy your presence, your kindness, your effort, and your attention. But do they ever give back? Do they check in on you? Do they make an effort when you stop trying? If not, it's because they've never had to. Imagine giving someone unlimited access to a luxury car for free. No payments, no responsibilities, just pure benefits. They'll enjoy it, of course they will. But the moment you ask them to contribute something, even just to take care of it, they might hesitate. Why? Because they've been conditioned to receive without giving. If you always give without setting boundaries, people will take without feeling any obligation to return the favor. Number 3. They assume you'll always be there when you are always available, always reaching out, always making the plans. What message does that send? It tells them that no matter what they do or don't do, you'll still be there. And once someone believes they can have you without effort, they stop trying. Think about it. People value what they fear losing. It's why businesses create limited time offers. It's why rare items become more desirable. It's human psychology. Scarcity creates value. But if someone sees that you're always there, no matter how little effort they put in, then why should they change? At this point, you might be wondering, so what should I do? Should I stop reaching out? Should I walk away? This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Because the answer isn't about playing games, it's about mastering yourself. Section 2. Now let's talk about how a Stoic would handle this situation. Without bitterness, without manipulation, and without losing dignity. Because true strength isn't about forcing someone to value you, it's about valuing yourself enough to walk away from what no longer serves you. 1. Detach and observe. When someone rarely initiates contact, it's easy to feel hurt or frustrated. But a Stoic does not react emotionally. They observe. Instead of overanalyzing their silence or making excuses for them, take a step back. Stop reaching out first. Not as a test, not as a manipulation tactic, but as a way to see the truth. If they never call, never text, never check in, that's your answer. It's not about punishing them, it's about gaining clarity. And once you have clarity, you can make decisions from a place of strength, not desperation. Most people avoid this step because they fear the truth, but the truth is freeing. It removes the weight of false hope and replaces it with certainty. And certainty allows you to move forward with power. 2. Accept what is, not what you wish it to be. One of the greatest sources of suffering is clinging to how we wish things were instead of accepting how they actually are. Epictetus put it perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Wishing they would reach out more won't make it happen. Hoping they'll change won't rewrite reality. Their actions, or lack of them, already tell you where they stand. And instead of fighting that reality, the Stoic approach is to embrace it. This doesn't mean you have to be indifferent or emotionless. It means you recognize that some things are outside your control, and trying to force them will only drain your energy. The sooner you accept the truth, the sooner you can move forward, without resentment, without regret, and without wasting time on someone who wouldn't do the same for you. 3. Shift your energy elsewhere. Energy is like currency. You spend it every day whether you realize it or not. The question is, where is it going? If you're spending it obsessing over why someone doesn't call, rereading old messages, or waiting for them to acknowledge you, that's energy wasted. Instead, channel that energy into something productive. Read, exercise, learn a new skill. Strengthen the relationships with people who actually value you. The time you waste waiting for their attention could be time spent improving yourself. And the irony? The more you invest in yourself, the less you'll even care whether they reach out or not. 4. Set boundaries and standards. A Stoic doesn't beg for scraps of attention. They do not lower their standards to fit into someone else's life. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." That means choosing to surround yourself with those who uplift, challenge, and respect you, not those who make you feel like an afterthought. This isn't about being cold or cutting people off out of anger. It's about self-respect. It's about recognizing your own worth. If someone cannot meet you halfway, then you walk forward without them. And in doing so, you create space for the right people to enter your life. Section 3. The power of walking away. The hardest thing to do is often the most powerful. Walking away isn't just an action, it's a statement. It says, I refuse to settle for one-sided effort. I refuse to chase someone who won't meet me halfway. And that kind of self-respect is magnetic. Because when you stop reaching out, one of two things will happen. They will realize your absence and make an effort. They will let you go without a second thought. And while that might sting at first, understand this. Either way, you win. Why? Because you gain the one thing that's been missing all along: clarity. No more second guessing, no more analyzing mixed signals, no more waiting for a message that may never come. Just the truth, raw and unfiltered, and the truth will set you free. Now here's the real secret. Once you start valuing yourself, you won't tolerate anything less. You won't feel the need to chase, beg, or convince anyone to see your worth. Instead, you'll radiate a quiet confidence that draws the right people towards you. The kind of people who recognize your value without needing reminders. This is the power of walking away. It's not about playing games. It's about breaking free from cycles of unreciprocated effort. It's about choosing yourself instead of waiting to be chosen. And once you do that, the people who truly belong in your life will make sure you never have to question their presence. Control what you can. At the end of the day, you don't control how someone treats you. You don't control whether they care, whether they reach out, or whether they recognize your worth. But here's what you do control: your response. You can choose to dwell on their indifference, or you can choose to move forward with grace. Your self-respect. You can keep chasing validation, or you can stand firm in your own worth. Your energy. You can waste it on people who won't reciprocate, or you can invest it in yourself, your growth, and the relationships that truly matter. This is the essence of Stoicism: mastering what is within your control and letting go of what isn't. And once you start living by this principle, you'll realize something powerful. You were never lacking. You were never not enough. Their neglect doesn't define you. Your choices do. If this video resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom on relationships, self-improvement, and personal growth. And remember, you are enough, with or without their attention.